Hello, I'm Gustavo Carriconde from startupspace.io. We are a startup accelerator for multi-sided platforms. And today I have here with me Khalid Al Madani. He is an ex-banker and he's passionate about innovation and platforms. And he's the founder of a consulting firm called Platform It. And he has very good insights and ideas about platforms he's going to share with us. Hello, Khalid, how are you?
Hi, Gustavo. Thank you for having me here at the Startup Space with you today.
Thank you very much. So I'd just like to start asking you, because I think that's the major question about every platform business model, and people are trying to design or better understand the platform world. What is the definition of platform in a sense of a business model?
In order to answer your question, I would like to genuinely offer my humble version of platform definition, which actually was greatly inspired by the work of John Hagel, Sangeet Chaudhary, and Simone Cicero. A platform is an economic architecture that governs 4 dimensions. This economic architecture governs the aggregation and matchmaking of the right supply and demand, i.e., governing interaction enablement. Second, it's govern the gravitation and mobilization of the right resources, i.e., governing interaction formation. Third, it governs the creation, curation, and consumption of the right value, i.e., governing interaction facilitation. Fourth and last, it governs the assignment and enforcement of the right, authority, and responsibility, i.e., governing the rule of engagement. So to put it in a very simple term, this definition, the platform multi-sided business model definition, is simply saying that this economic architecture is there, it's the stage. And we, the user, on top of it, we come together like producer of value, consumer of value, with the intention to create value. However, underneath this stage, there is an owner, the owner of the platform. And the job of that owner is to orchestrate the mechanics of value creation by governing the system, the process of how we create value. And maybe one of the unique thing about this definition is that governance is in the heart of the platform thinking and design. It's not on the edge or periphery, or it's an added value. So the way we create value by governing our behavior, by governing our process, and this is the function of this economic architecture.
So Khalid, can you explain to us why the platforms, they grow so fast and they're such a business model that outperform pretty much all other the models? Could you tell us why this is happening?
Yes, but first let me start with, do we agree on the fact that platform-based business models are outperforming the other models? Is this like an agreement statement in the startup economy between the people who are interested actually in platform thinking and design? And if I will answer this question, I think definitely we have to agree on one fact, that the platform-based business model is actually outperforming other model. And simply by asking the market, by looking at the market, we can get the immediate answer. Because if we look at a list of the top 10 company worldwide in terms of market capitalization, today, for example, if you Google it, you will immediately see that out of the 10 companies, seven of them are platform-based businesses. And out of these 7 platform-based businesses are the only 3 companies in the whole world who actually penetrated the $1 trillion market capitalization. So definitely we are in front of a fact that this business model, the platform-based business model, is outperforming the other business model. And before elaborating on why this is happening, we need, again, I would like to offer an argument here, because unfortunately, within my interaction with some of the startups and some of the entrepreneurs, this creates some sort of misperception, because people think that we have like different business models, and we have, let's just simplify it. We have a platform-based business model, and we have the industrial age business model, which is, let's say, the pipe-based business model. And people think that these models are in competition with each other. This is actually, I would like to argue that business model do not compete with a business model. Company do, executive do, CEO do, but business model do not compete. And in order to understand this delicate issue, we need to have a thorough understanding of what is a business model. In isolation from the technicality that's surrounding the definition of business model. So in a very simple term, business model is an efficient derivative of the evolution in our collective behavior, which is supported by the technological development at a point of time. And to put it in a different term, what I'm trying to say that in every generation, people interact with each other to create, to deliver, to capture value in different way. So for example, like 1,000 years ago, value used to be delivered via horses, then via, let's say, a steam engine car, then via gasoline engine car, and now with electrical car. The method of payment evolved from simply exchanging goods, different merchandise, different things, to exchanging gold, to exchanging fiat currency, and these days to cryptocurrency. And the business model evolve with our evolvement, and it tries to capture the units of economic in order to provide us with a more effective, efficient way of value creation. And why I am elaborating on this point? Because I want to make it clear, I want for the startup community to understand that when they enter an industry, it's not a matter of cherry picking which business model they should choose. There is no competition. It's a natural evolvement. The more we evolve, the more our technology evolve, the business model evolve with us. So when you enter an industry, it's very important to see and evaluate your idea and the units of economics that's supporting your idea, if they can accommodate with the evolvement in business model. Otherwise, you can choose an industry which is not yet ready to be platformatized, and you can perfectly work with the old business model. And this is why it's important to understand the concept of evolution of business model. Now, after we clarified this point, and we are aware that, yes, there is a superiority in a platform business-based model, we need to understand why this is happening. Now, in order to answer the question, why the platform-based business model is outperforming its predecessor, we need to have a more broader vision, a holistic vision. We need to see what the technology, the development in technology, and what the internet enabled this company and enabled this business model to actually offer the company. So in a very, very, very quick and simple way, because I think we don't have the luxury of time to cover every single point and further delay. But I can say the following. The internet era enabled companies to have one, let's say, let's number them for simplicity. One, to have a direct relationship with their end customer. This is not a catchy phrase. This is a huge change in the way of value creation. Because when technology allows the proximity between you as the company to reach your end customer, this immediately have a direct implication on the user experience, on the customer experience. So you will be able to provide them a superior user experience or customer experience. Second, the internet era enabled the platform-based companies, who actually the companies that use the platform-based business model to operate almost in a zero marginal cost environment while servicing or serving their customer. Again, having the luxury, this was not imaginable 3 decades ago, or like 2 decades ago, 2.5 to be more precise. To be able to have a zero distribution cost, a zero transaction cost, it's something like doing business in heaven. This was a huge change in the fundamental of the economic of doing business. Third, for example, this is the very famous things, the network effect. Yes, the internet era enabled company to utilize the network effect to scale exponentially in few years. What took General Electric to reach in 100 years, for example, Facebook and Google and other companies made it in 10 years. So this is, again, a profound and a huge change in the way we create value. And let's take another point, the fourth point, for example. The internet enabled the companies actually to shift from owning hard, heavy legacy asset on their balance sheet to merely orchestrate ecosystem assets. Again, we might hear some here and there, some of these phrases, and we think, wow, this is a nice, catchy phrase. But there is a tons of economic fundamental embedded within these phrases. So if you are able to orchestrate assets and generate more value while you are servicing, and the bottom line, servicing less asset, this is a huge, immediate, direct implication on your return on asset. The very famous ratio that the market, the Wall Street, the investor, they love and like. So when you are capable to divide your bottom line, which is the the net income, on less assets, and then you are competing with another company, a legacy company, or a company that using the old business model within the same industry, then immediately your return on asset will outperform, because he is as well dividing his net income, his bottom line, but on tons of legacy asset. So my point is that there is nothing superior in the model itself. The superiority comes when the model is capable to harness the changes in the units of economics and help us actually to create value in a different way. And maybe this is in a brief way the why element of the platform-based business models, performance in comparison to the other models.
Please watch part 2 of my interview with Khalid Al Madani to know more about the network effect. The link you will find in the description of this video.